What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp. Welcome to Fightful. Here with a name, how do you not know him? We've had him here on Fightful a number of times. Honestly, one of my favorite people to interview. Always entertaining. Always uh, in the news. We got Gabe Kidd here. How you doing, man?
You already know who it is, Big Gabe Kidd. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Big Gabe Kidd. What are you telling me, Sean?
You seem sprightly today. You seem very
Oh, come on.
happy.
The Suns are, of course, I'm famous. Of course, I'm happy.
Indeed. Okay, so obviously there's some heavy stuff that we're gonna get into. I reached out to you for a reason, but they did announce Long Beach upcoming show. You got Oiwa, you and Oiwa squaring off, but how you feeling about that one?
Listen, mate, you booked out some of my time to talk to me about Oiwa. Come on. You said it yourself. You reached out to me for a reason. You knew what you got to talk about. So let's talk about it. I'm not thinking about Oiwa right now. Everybody knows what I'm thinking about. So let's talk about it.
Okay, so I thought maybe we'd do a little bit of an icebreaker there, but I don't think you need an icebreaker. So last week, obviously, we heard what happened with you and Kenny Omega, but then I had a very generous member of the Japanese press who was like, "I can't run this video, but you
Some little
can." And
snitch.
what's your problem? What's
Some
your
little
problem?
snitch.
I saw
Some
you
little
saying that
snitch gave you that.
you were getting mad
I
about
was
dirt
trying to
sheet.
talk to listen, I was trying to talk to him off camera. First of all, the only reason all them Japanese press people were there is because they just interviewed him. I knew where he was gonna be after he got off the mic. So I was like, hold up, I've never met this geezer before. I'm gonna go and speak to him. Then they hear something happening, they go and interrupt regardless. And there was somebody else filming as well, apparently. So I just went to talk to him. I've never spoke to the guy before in my life. I had
Never.
mentioned his name when I was drunk on Twitter. I mentioned his name and he wrote some paragraph back to me about, oh, maybe if you're lucky and win the G1, I'll bless you with a Kenny Omega touch. I was like, you think I give a fuck about you geese? I was just saying it because I knew there are some people that would love to watch me batter you. So I wasn't
So
trying to do anything. I wasn't trying to do anything. And I told him, before anything, before pro wrestling, before anything, I'm a man, right? I don't mess around with this pro wrestling stuff. If you mess up my name intentionally, all these guys like MJF and Kenny, they think they're acting so cool when they get my name wrong, when they know it, when they obviously know it, and they're just trying to act cool in front of another bunch of uncool people, which are their fans. So it's just funny to me
So
that
that was what seemed like it kicked it off. I could see in the original video that got provided to us that you were telling him get your name right. He had done an interview right before that where what did he called you whatever kid. It wasn't your
call me
name.
Greg Kidd.
Greg Kidd. Greg
Acting
Kidd.
like he didn't know who I was, like he hadn't responded to me already. So first of all, you look dumb. Like,
H- how was his demeanor when you approached him? Because I mean, even what I saw was while the conversation had begun.
it was a lot calmer than mine, I tell you that. It was a lot calmer than mine. I'd never met him before, so I don't know if he's heard stories or spoke to people about me, but I don't fuck around, man. And I don't fuck around with people like trying to disrespect me. We're supposed to be in a collaboration with AEW. What kind of collaboration is that? When they just fucking bring their guys over for our big stuff and we go over there for fucking what? Ring of Honor? You mad? I'm a
So you
fucking
did do Ring of
famous
Honor.
wrestler. I did do Ring of Honor and I beat up 2 people.
So there were I remember looking at the replies of that video, and somebody had indicated that maybe somebody chanted Kenny at you during that match. Was that something that you heard, or is that just internet bullshit?
In Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole crowd was chanting it. The whole crowd was chanting it on Ring of Honor where he is not in the building. He came back to New Japan before he came back to his workplace. How does that work out?
I
Because
was
he
going to ask
knows
how you
New
felt
Japan is
about that.
number one. Because he knows New Japan is number one. He knows where the best wrestling is. He said it in his promo. He said that New Japan is where the best wrestling is. New Japan is number one. He said that. So first of all, he's lying to all these people that are backing him. What kind of role model is that? Huh? What kind of role model is that, little idiot?
So to
And
play
he's just
devil's advocate,
unprofessional, man. He went to the press straight after that altercation, right? He goes to the press and says, "Oh, Gabe Kidd's unprofessional. I came up to you for a chat and I was putting you in your place. I was putting you in your place. And then you wanted to start getting mad, pulling me back. I was trying to walk away. You can watch it. I was trying to walk away. And he pulled me back, trying to hit my hat off my head. I slapped the shit out of him.
do you think that lends any credibility to maybe some altercations he had prior? And maybe those people in the past said that Kenny went to the press.
All these things that have become like news in wrestling, these AEW brawl out, brawl in, whatever the fuck it was called, right? All of that stuff.
They had both of them. Yeah.
That is the most pussy shit I've ever seen in my life. They advertised on TV, on national TV. They thought it would be a good idea to show this fight, this talked about backstage fight with CM Punk and Jack Perry, and it was a push and a front choke for 2 seconds. It's like, you lot are pussies. So if you want to be in a collaboration with us, fine, but come to Japan and I will slap the shit out of any of you. And especially that knobhead talking about me being unprofessional. He ran to the press, tried to say that, oh, I don't want to wrestle him. He's unprofessional. I want to wrestle, and listed off a bunch of names. Come on, man. Are
Is
you an
is there any
idiot?
part of you that regrets how that unfolded?
Not at all. Not at all. If he wanted to make it like that, then that's cool with me. That's cool with me.
But Kenny Omega is actually not cleared yet, at least as far as I know. He's faced a
I don't give a
life-threatening.
shit if he's not cleared. I don't give a
He
shit
had
if he's not cleared. He shouldn't have been talking shit.
he had
Should have been talking shit and he got
diverticulitis.
slapped up. What?
He had diverticulitis. Like he
I don't
almost
give a
died.
shit what he had. All I know is he had some stomach injury that has put him out for a year. That's a bitch move. And I don't get high verticulitis. I don't care if he's going to wish that that killed him off. He's going to wish that high verticulitis killed him off if he gets in the ring with me. The beating that I put on him is going to be ridiculous, man. He's a fucking prick and an unprofessional one of that little bitch.
Do you think he'll actually do a match at this point after the way that things unfolded after his return?
Well, who knows? If he wants to call me out for being unprofessional, then he can be a little bitch about it. But I am very professional. I'm the best professional wrestler on the planet. How could I not be professional? I know what my job is. So he can say what he wants about me, but if we're talking about professionalism, then he should fucking turn up and make the match and sell out the Tokyo Dome. That's fucking, you know, if you want to talk
So
about professionalism, you'll do what's best for the fucking job. So
on both
we'll see
sides of the
who's
coin, do you
professional.
think that this is the type of reaction that maybe he wanted from you, or do you think that it went far beyond the scope of what he imagined when he was like playing with your name a little bit?
I don't care what he thought. I said it before. I'm a man before I'm anything. I don't know this guy. I'd never met this guy in my life. So I just went up to him to tell him straight up, don't be saying that shit when you don't know me. Like I don't know you like that. So don't start saying this shit and acting like you don't know me, trying to like little league me. Like I'm one of the best in the world, so don't play with me, you know. And whatever happened, happened. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what he thinks or how he reacted to the situation. He got slapped, he got taken down, and that's it. He can sit in his big house and be sad about it.
Uh, has there? I'm going to imagine or assume no interaction between you two since then.
No,
I mean, you never
no.
know.
What you think we met up
People,
for yakiniku after or something? Of course, fucking not.
I mean, that'd be
I
kind of
don't,
cool.
I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy. I know people who know him. I wouldn't. No,
Did
I'm
New
not trying to
Japan
talk to
or
him.
AEW give you any? Well, I mean, I know AEW can't reprimand you. You don't work for them. Did New
Well, I knew
Japan
they
try
were
to reprimand
pissed.
you?
I know they were pissed that he hasn't been cleared and he is getting in a scrap, but that's his own fault. Listen, I got fined by New Japan. Doesn't matter because I'm rich. Like, they pay me. That's just my half my G1 tour money. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about that, but they were talking to me about professionalism and that. I said, you need to talk to the fucking partner company about professionalism. That's what you need to talk about. You need to talk about Kenny coming in, coming back for New Japan before he came back for AEW. You need to talk about that. So I'm not worried about any of that.
So, man, there's just a few more about this one. You have been listen. I would say you and I have a decent rapport. I mean, you give me your time for interviews, and I greatly appreciate that. You have been outspoken about things getting leaked to dirt sheets. How did you feel when the video of this made its way out? Because obviously, with all the Japanese press rushing over, you knew it was going to emerge at some point.
Listen, I I will say this hand on heart. I didn't know that this shit was being filmed. The Japanese press were only there because they had just heard him talking and they heard something, so they think it's whatever it is. I don't care what people think it is. You know, I don't care. I haven't read any of the comments on that video. I don't care what people are saying about that video. Like, that that's what happened and they rushed in and caught it on camera. I don't That's all there is to say about it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about that. And listen, some little snitches in these locker rooms these days. All these snitches releasing shit that shouldn't be released, and that's all
Don't
I'm
let
gonna
him
say
guilt you,
on that.
guys.
Listen, fuck them, little rats.
Don't let him
Talking
guilt you
to
guys. Do the right
talking to
thing.
Super J-Cast and all that, little rats. They know they are. They are inferior to me. So listen, that is what it is.
On a lighter note, I do want to bring up what might be one of my favorite tweets of all time. And I'll put it up here. And you said, and I quote, wrestling fans beefing with each other on this app. Too funny, fam. With a bunch of cry laughing emojis. Just eat the best pussy you can get. Watch what you enjoy and shut your fucking trap. You ain't on smoke.
Bars, bars.
Was there a specific fan interaction that you saw
I don't
that
even know the names of these people. It just pops up. I don't know what Twitter have changed in their policies. I just used to see women. I see wrestling shit now. I'm like, get this shit off my feed, dog. What are you talking about? But I just see these people, these fan accounts that argue with each other about their opinions of something, and it's just like, bro, get a fucking girlfriend, my bro. Walk outside, smell the grass,
would
pick up some dog shit. Like, come on, man.
would you ever consider hosting a dating show for wrestling fans that need girlfriends?
Yeah, I'll get these man some wicked. Sh- I'll get these. I'll get these guys
Anyway, you're
some
facing
crazy
Oiwa
ones.
at Long Beach.
Right.
You think Oiwa has a girlfriend?
Fuck no. Look at him, yo. What did they just call him? Roy the Mullet. Yo, they call it. His name is the Grip. Roy the Mullet. Ryohei Oiwa. That don't end the interview there. Like, that is the last point. You can't chat to me about Oiwa, Ryohei Oiwa. He's a kid. I remember. Listen, Vegeta. I remember his first day, same day as Oiwa's. I remember them both, little bald headed, shaking like this. Let's go some of this. Let's go some of this. Shut up.
You just had a great
Slap
match
both
with
of them
Vegeta.
kids. Listen, if he wants to stand up, he's got some balls, Oiwa. But I'm gonna slap him down just like I slapped down his teammate, and ain't nothing any of them can do about it. And then I'm going for Zach. Then I'm going for Zach. Then I'm going for Kenny. No, I'll go for Kenny first. Actually, I'll deal with Zach afterwards. Become very famous off this match.
See, I felt a little guilty asking you this much about Kenny, but I mean, It seems like you're game to talk about it. So, what
Fuck him.
happens? What happens ideal in your ideal scenario? Do you all have a match? Do you all just fight wherever? Do you all meet? Do you say, "Hey, we can meet up at New Japan Dojo somewhere and just duke it out"? Like,
Not a chance. Listen, the right thing for him to do is be a fucking professional. The right thing for him to do is to realise, listen, I've had a great career. It's been fun times, but it's time for the next guy, and I will sacrifice my body. He should sacrifice himself in this match and just realise that he is not the Kenny Omega he once was. You know, these people see him as a god, and I will treat him like a peasant. And they will see me as a god, and New Japan will take its top spot back as #1 pro wrestling company in the world. And that's what I think he should do. I think he should be a fucking professional, pull his thumb out his arse and stop crying. Yeah? You got dealt with, you got warned, and now it's time. So, fuck him. That's it.
is it a situation where hypothetically, if he appears at more New Japan shows, obviously you are an integral part of New Japan. You're one of their top stars. Is this going to be like a seek him out situation or a he better not cross me situation?
It's a seek him out situation. It's what do you want to do? You know, I'm not one to run away from these things. I'll go up to someone. I don't give a fuck what you've done. I don't give a fuck where you've worked. Like, I will walk up to you and we'll say what's what. So it's a seek him out situation, and whatever happens there, happens there. You know, that is what it is. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not a fucking genie in a little lamp. I don't know the
Kind of
future,
cool if you
but
were.
if he's not a bitch, we'll see what happens.
Gabe Kidd, I want to thank you. So, I mean, listen, I know that this has been a situation that it exploded on my social media, and I was like, "What the hell?" I'll see if he's opening to talk. Over 1 million views on a fight. As we wrap up, I'll say this: how do you remember the entire situation unfolding from the first approach to when the fight got broken up?
I just felt when the minute I started talking to him and he started defending, like, oh, 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 I was just like, this guy's a pussy, bro. I could feel him shaking. I could feel him getting ready for a fight as well. You know, he was twitching at certain points. And then what happened. He tried to touch me. So as soon as he touched me, it was game on. I slapped him, and then he hit me with a little punch, but shrugged that off. And you saw what happened. It's not. I don't need to play by play it. Well, that is how I remember it, and I look forward to the next time.
Did
I
any
look forward
part
to
of
the
you
next
feel
time.
bad about fighting a guy that isn't cleared?
I don't give a shit. Listen, few of your subscribers, probably been talking about me. I've seen some people been talking about me,
Yep.
saying I'm reckless and unsafe. Oh,
Yep.
you can't give Kenny Omega Gabe. It'll hurt him, just like he hurt Eddie Kingston and this
Eddie.
guy
Yeah.
and this guy and this guy. I don't give a shit. This is pro wrestling. This is pro wrestling. What the fuck do you
I.
expect? We're throwing each
Oh,
other off tables, fucking ladders, off cages. What do you think is gonna happen? People get hurt, and I'm happy to be the one doing it. I don't give a fuck how many people I've hurt. People turning down bookings against me because they don't want to get in the ring with me. Yeah, good. None of you should want to get in the ring with me. Put a pasting on these men.
well, I will say one thing I respect about you. You do what you say, and I remember vividly when we talked in May. You said it was sort of disrespectful for Eddie Kingston to even have planned to be in a match later that month after facing you, and he did not make it to that match in late May. He has
He
not
hasn't
wrestled
made it to
since then.
any matches since.
Yeah.
He's been sitting at home wanking over Kenta Kobashi, watching Kenta
How do you
Kobashi
know?
and
How do you
eating
know that's what he's
Chick-fil-A.
doing?
Because that's the kind of loser he is, man. It's kind of loser he is. You do you. If that's what floats your boat, then you do that whilst eating Chick-fil-A. But he's a nerd as well. But we don't have to talk about him for a while. He'll be out for a while yet.
I promise I don't think it's funny that he's hurting. I just wanking over Kobashi is objectively funny. But Gabe, I would like to thank you so much for giving me your time and speaking candidly about this because listen, I know a lot of people probably want to talk to you about this. So I appreciate you giving me that time.
Yeah, we call Sean Ross Sapp.
God.
Just tell all your little sources that they're bitches from me.
I can't do that. I'm not going to be doing that at all.
Tell them that.
Maybe Kenny's one of them.
Well, fuck him there. That'll make him even more of a bitch. That's hilarious.
Guys, thank you all so much. Until next time, we're out. There's no sponsor that I use more while I'm awake than nordvpn.com/Fightful. Man, this is like the Swiss Army knife, the multi-tool of applications. It does a little bit of everything. You always get a great deal at nordvpn.com/Fightful. You can listen to your favorites abroad. You can shield your data from snoops and criminals, protect yourself on public Wi-Fi, and it works on all your devices and operating systems. It doesn't end there. Change your virtual location and then get pay-per-views at a much more affordable price, TV services at a much more affordable price. You got a password manager, a file encryption tool, threat protections, and on top of that, 24/7 tech support. So if for some reason you don't know exactly how it works, nordvpn.com/Fightful will help you learn how to do it. Check it out, nordvpn.com/Fightful.